Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 119 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a good week. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard. We do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. We do them for a few reasons. One is to just stay in tune with you guys, go through the same flow that you guys do. Two is to answer any of your questions. So if there's anything you'd like us to touch on tonight, feel free to leave them in the chat. We'll do our best to get to them. And then I always make sure I mention our three pillars, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. If you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. I got lots of people hanging out in the chat tonight. So cool seeing all the different countries. We've got Montreal, Honduras. Very cool. We actually have a couple announcements tonight as well, which will be a lot of fun to get to. We have two different ones, so excited to chat through that with you guys. Before I forget, we have let me announce the times for our shows. So we have StreamYard Spotlights, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is a show with Dana and Kelsey where they highlight they highlight people in the StreamYard community having success with live streaming and how they're using the tool. We also have live stream reviews, Saturdays at noon Eastern with Christian, and then Dee and Daniel also do channel reviews on Saturdays as well. We have Coffee with the Ducks, Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, where Dana and Jorge interview StreamYard employees. So if you'd like to get a more inside look at the team and ask them questions, that's a good time to do so. And then we have Live Stream Impact with Julie, Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars for those. First question we had for you guys, obviously we had that summit, so hopefully most of you could attend. So those of you that did, just curious what you thought of our first live stream success summit, if it was useful. We had Seth Godin speaking, Amy Landino speaking, tons of different speakers. So curious if it was useful and what you'd like to see in the future as far as summits and what would be helpful there.
Cool. I definitely enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know. I don't think anyone, maybe some of you here, Dan and I actually did the networking session after the stream was over and chatted with some people one-on-one, which is pretty cool. The random matching that Hoppin has. That was a lot of fun.
I love that feature. Yeah, that was a blast. And for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, yeah, was it Thursday?
Yeah, it was Thursday.
We did the Live Stream Success Summit for StreamYard, which is our first ever, not just virtual summit, but first ever summit in general. Had lots of speakers. It was all run on Hoppin. Ton of attendees. A lot of really good content. Like I really enjoyed all of the speeches. I was jumping around between stages. We have the recording, so I was watching them afterwards. Like it's cool. It was really cool.
Thanks, Tangerine. Happy Sunday to you. Sounds like there were quite a few fans. Michael Daniel says Summit was fine. I would prefer live better. The Summit was actually fully live, but maybe you just mean like the live streaming format. Max was also a fan. Very cool.
I think you might have meant in person, but...
sure. In person. Yeah, like live as in...
Maybe let us know, Michael.
Let us know, Michael. I'm curious. Let's see here. Brian says the summit was great. Can't wait to see the link so I can take in everything I missed. Yeah, I saw a couple other questions in here about recordings. If you RSVP'd, you'll be emailed all the recordings early this week. We're setting up a page for you guys. So yeah, AOS coach, sorry about that. That's another thing we're going to do a better job of in the future. Also supporting different languages. Like we have a ton of folks that don't speak English, so it'd be great to have more summits for those regions. Joe Dog says the summit.
Yeah, time zone thing's always tricky.
Yeah, tough one to
never work for everyone.
Matt says, use the separate audio track recordings this week. Love this feature and can't wait for separate video recordings. That's awesome to hear, Matt.
Cool.
Let's see here. Some questions about the giveaway tool. We will be giving away, doing a giveaway at the end today. We'll be giving away, we have the new Puddles Duck merch, so that'll be fun. We'll also give away a pillow.
You mean this Puddles Duck merch?
Yes, that's right. That's it in the flesh. We finally got ours in the mail.
I'm loving it.
Awesome. So let's, without further ado, chat about the announcement that was made during the summit, which was the team accounts feature. I'll play. Let me hide the comment. I'll play the teaser video in case you weren't actually there for the summit. So this was our teaser video. Let me find it here. Cool. Big fan of that video. So I'm sure you guys have lots of questions about team accounts and how it works. So it's still, again, it's not coming until it's coming sometime this summer. So all the details aren't fully worked out, but we can speak to most of it. So if there's specific things you're interested in, happy to chat through it with you guys.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I love the music in that video, by the way.
Yeah,
very catchy.
Charles says met one of the team members from StreamYard on the networking tool. Great guy. That's awesome.
Cool. I'd be curious who it was. We definitely have a lot of people in the chat, or a lot of people doing the networking.
Sounds like Brian's a fan of team accounts. Very cool. Michael says, please let us know if Teams is for each level or if it will be its own pricing structure. Thanks. So you want to speak to that one, Dan?
So that one we're still working on defining. Like I think there's going to end up being certain things that are part of all plans. There'll be certain things that are probably on other plans. Part of it too is trying to make plans for larger companies. So we're basically trying to support all these use cases. Still making the final decisions on how we're going to split everything up. So we'll have more details about that as we actually start to roll it out, because a lot of those decisions just haven't been made yet. So obviously open to feedback on it as well.
Dustin says, hey guys, love using StreamYard. Quick question on the giveaway tool. Any plans to build that into a future release? We're actually going to be covering that at the end, Dustin. We do have an update there. Brian says, question, does the team account mean that someone can be made a co-host and not need to know our login info? Yes, absolutely. So that's one of the biggest things we're hoping to improve with this. Is I know many people don't like the hassle, and it's not amazing practice to have to share login codes with people. So yeah, absolutely, that will fix that problem. Eric says, StreamYard, are you going to do a public alpha / beta for the team accounts feature? I'm not sure. We might. You want to speak to that, Dan? I'm not sure what we'll do there.
Yeah, we usually don't. We have done stuff like that for a few things, but for the most part, we don't. We'll see. No, as of right now, no, not planning to. But if we are, we'll probably make an announcement about it in the town hall and ask for some people who want to join it.
Brian says, will team account have a producer mode? So team accounts will have different roles, Brian. So depending on what you mean by producer mode, you will have the ability to grant someone a specific role that essentially allows them to produce your broadcast without allowing them to do other things like changing, your destinations and things like that.
Yep.
Kerry says, just to clarify, those positions take up guest positions in the stream. So yes, Kerry. So regardless of team accounts, if multiple people from the team are inside of a broadcast, that will take up, depending on what plan you are, one of the 10 or 12 slots.
Yep. Yeah. Professional has 12 slots now. Still 10 in screen, but 12 backstage. And yeah, always working to expand that stuff as well. So even if you are running into limitations, hopefully it's not for much longer.
One thing that's cool with team accounts too is you'll be able to have your own sort of individual shows and workspaces. So you could be doing your own shows at the same time. Like if you have multiple people that do shows at the same time, that will work well too. John says, good evening. Good evening to you, John.
Good evening.
Sounds like Tangerine's excited. No I in stream. I was a fan of that as well. Charles says, I met one of the team members from StreamYard on the... Oh, sorry, I already read that one. Yes, that's awesome.
I think I've seen that before.
Arquim says, does StreamYard allow us to stream across multiple social platforms? Yep, absolutely.
Definitely.
Future Carman of Life says, with team accounts, will there be analytics coming with this? So analytics aren't specifically tied to team accounts future, but that's also something that we're looking into. We know many people are interested in analytics, but they're two separate things.
Yep.
Larry said, I can understand team accounts as part of a pro plan, but please don't make it part of higher price plans. StreamYard is simple and affordable. Please keep it that way. Yeah, Larry. So like I said, we're still working out the details, but likely it will be a feature that everyone can access in some way or another. I'm not guaranteeing that, but that is likely how it's going to work.
Yeah, we're always trying to make things as like affordable and give as much as we possibly can. So definitely factor in. But again, we haven't made the final decision, so don't know yet. But I always appreciate the feedback.
Dea says, hey guys, love StreamYard. It will be great if you can allow guests to enable green screen functionality. So Dea, they actually can. I mean, if they have an actual green screen behind them, they can actually do that in the settings. So that is available. If you mean like without a green screen, just like a virtual background, we don't have that at this time, but we're open to adding it.
And they do actually have to be on a computer. So that could maybe be where the confusion comes from. If your guest is on a phone right now, nobody on phones has green screens, whether it's like the US, the host, or the guest. Only computers will work for green screen. But if your guest is on a computer, then actually they will have green screens right now.
Hector says, is there a way now to remove someone else connecting using my admin rights? So this is another thing that team accounts solves, right, Hector? So right now, no, that's the downside of sharing accounts is you have to fully trust that person. Only workaround for that is to message support to help you out. But with team accounts, you'll have full control over it. So you'll be able to, remove people at any time, add people at any time. So there will be no more issue with that.
Yep.
Steven says, is it possible to purchase more brand folders? So that's not tied to any pricing plan, Steven, but we're open to increasing it. So if you let us know like how many you actually need, I'd be curious how many you're using.
And also, again, always interested in the use case. So do you actually have 10 different brands? Like do you have 10 different shows, or is it just you have like a ton of images within one brand, so you're using multiple brands? Be curious to know like the use case and why you need more.
Yan says, do you have plans to add features to existing plans? So yes, absolutely. So forever we'll be adding features where they make sense on both free, basic, pro, all plans. So no matter what you're on, I assure you you'll be getting access to awesome new stuff.
Yep.
That was the comment I was looking for. Charles met with Colin. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, Colin's one of our newest engineers. Awesome guy.
Tim says, any plans to add local recording to the service? Don't have any firm dates or anything for you, Tim, but it is something we're open to and exploring. We're hoping to make it where, just the cloud-based stuff is as good as local recording, but, sometimes people really do want those local recordings as well, so we're considering it.
Yeah, there's definitely big trade-offs, which is why it's not like an obvious decision. For example, it's very hard on your device to do local recording. So balancing the trade-offs is definitely something we're exploring, though.
Cool. Well, before I forget, while we continue to answer some of the team accounts questions, I wanted to ask another question for you guys, which was a while ago we asked you guys about Clubhouse, like how many of you were interested in Clubhouse, and now I'm curious, Twitter Spaces, I'm curious how many of you are using it, if it's something you like, if it's something that maybe even you'd be interested in having like a live stream integration with it, and if you're just curious how you're using Twitter Spaces and if it's something that's useful to you guys.
Cool. Yeah, it's interesting how many different products are starting to build Clubhouse-esque things into them.
Yeah, tons of them. Steven says, I'm producing lots of shows, growing an online store TV network. That's awesome, Steven.
Cool. So I assume the 10 brands thing then is like you just have 20, 30, 40, 50 shows because you're producing 50 different shows. Got it.
Team accounts actually then probably solves that, right, Dan?
Team accounts could straight up solve that for you. We're not sure like what sort of limits there will be in terms of how many workspaces or shows you can have with team accounts, but it could very well solve that for you. We'll see.
Tracy says, is there any plans to be able to share video overlays, i.e. countdown timers, as an overlay? Do you understand that one, Dan?
I think is just asking for a video clips feature.
So if that's what, so maybe we're misunderstanding Tracy, but yeah, you can upload any video as in the video clips section and have it play. If you mean maybe you mean like a GIF. So with GIFs, you can actually upload GIFs in the overlay section. So if you wanted to have an overlay that only covered part of the screen and was a timer, you could actually do that as a GIF. Not a great solution because you kind of have to time it. I guess you could make the GIF a bit longer when it was at 0 and then hide it. But yeah, you could technically do that with a GIF.
Yeah, but yeah, what Geige is referring to is in the brand tab, there's the overlay section, and then there's video clips right below, and that's often what people will use. That might not be what you're asking, but could be, because there is an example countdown in there as well.
Team Taylor says StreamYard has completely elevated our brand. Thanks, guys. Awesome.
Cool.
Taylor. Conwell says, any plan on increasing the number of guests from 10 to 15? So no specific numbers or plans, Conwell, but that is something that continues to come up, and it's definitely something we're always interested in exploring, is allowing people to have more people involved in the broadcast. And
I'd be interested if you need 15 on screen or just 15 backstage to swap people in and out. I'm guessing on screen just based on the way you phrased it, but if that's not the case, maybe let us know. Also interested in the type of show for 15 on screen. I find like it gets pretty overwhelming at 10, which is why we've kind of stopped at 10. Like it's just a lot of people talking, a lot going on, but obviously there's use cases for more.
So Blog Dojo says, any possibility of developing a tool to have a co-host without needing the same login? So maybe you just joined Blog Dojo. So that's part of what the team accounts feature will actually do, is allow you to not have to share account info. You'll be able to just add that person as a team member and remove them at any time. Yeah. David says, Geige, any luck asking about social media icons for our guests to show their social media links? So I don't have any update there for you, David. I assume what you mean is like when you enter the studio as a guest, we have the name option, but being able to have additional links. I think that's a really cool idea, and it's something we're open to exploring. Let's see. Should we go ahead and do the giveaway, Dan, before we make our final announcement?
Cool. Let's do it. Looks a little different this week. We're always playing around with things.
Just really quick, let me see if we got any comments on Twitter Spaces. Sounds like a couple people not too big of a fan of Clubhouse or Spaces.
Fair enough.
Exactly, Christian. Twitter Spaces more functional with more useful features. Cool. Let's see.
We don't even have to give the instructions anymore. So we're doing a giveaway for a plush duck. Hold up, if you can see me. One of these plush ducks. And you said a pillow, right? A StreamYard pillow?
And a StreamYard pillow. They're finally back in stock.
Type in #TheYard in the chat. You will be in the draw.
Christian says, big fan of Twitter Spaces over Clubhouse. The key reason, you don't need to build a new following on Twitter like you do on Clubhouse. Yep, that's definitely a factor.
Yep.
April says, okay, so wait, are you guys saying that it might be possible for StreamYard to integrate with social audio apps? I'm mostly just trying to learn, April, of what people like about them and what they're using. I don't know what will be possible as far as on their end, as far as what they'll integrate with. I'm just curious to learn more.
Yep.
All right, should we go ahead and do the draw, Dan, or we give people a couple more minutes?
I think that's good. Yeah, you can tell the numbers slow down. We got 87 people in the draw. Let's do this. Good luck, everyone.
David, congrats! You just won the Puddles Duck and a StreamYard pillow. Dana, Dana will reach out to you to get your info and ship it over to you. Thanks so much for tuning in every Sunday. Awesome that you won.
You bet. That was cool.
So that brings us to our final announcement, which is about the giveaway tool. So it's not live quite yet, but what you just saw is sort of the beta version we're working on to actually make it available to you guys to use in your own broadcast. Obviously, has been a very popular request, so super excited to shortly be releasing it to you. We are actually beta testing this tool, so if you guys are interested in it. What's the best way for them to test, Dan? Just to shoot a...
Best way would be to shoot us an email, just contact@streamyard.com if you want to check out the tool. We'll probably later this week, we'll be sending out some emails for anyone that kind of requests access. If we think you'll be a good fit for testing out this tool and helping us trial it, we'll shoot you a message, give you access to it, and then we'll probably release it, little ways after that once we've got some feedback from everyone that wants to try it out. So if you do want to try it out early, shoot us an email, contact at StreamYard, and maybe just in the subject, just say giveaway tool. I'd love to have access to it or something like that. And hopefully we can get you trying it out pretty soon.
Yeah, giveaway tool in the subject will be very useful. So if you guys don't mind doing that, that would be awesome.
Cool.
So sure, there's some questions about that stuff. So yeah, if you guys have any questions too about the giveaway tool and how that's going to work, let us know. We can chat about that.
Yeah, and I should also add that the way we've done it is just a very simple, it's going to be on a separate link and you just screen share it. It's a very simple way to integrate it. We might do something a little more on rails in the studio later, but for right now, we just wanted to get you guys something so you could, it's a very useful tool, I think, for engaging your viewers. I wanted to give you guys something to play with. It's sort of like an early version. So especially for you guys, I want to give out some early access to the core users to try it out.
It sounds like Jen is a fan of Clubhouse over Twitter. People that started early on Clubhouse were able to build followings faster. Shows need to go live stereo, and Clubhouse to reach a new audience would love a StreamYard integration. Thanks, Jen.
Cool.
Brian's asking what the email was. It's contact. Dana, if you don't mind putting in the chat, that'd be great. It's contact@streamyard.com. Truth says, how do I add mods? So not a feature inside of StreamYard yet, but that will be part of Teams. But you can do this on the social platforms, right? So you can add moderators on YouTube and Facebook, things like that.
Yep.
Michael says, will the giveaway tool pull names from Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook names? Yes, right, Dan?
Yes, and LinkedIn.
Yes, all the supported platforms with the avatars as well, like we just showed. So it'll look just like that.
Yep.
Sounds like lots of people are already sending the emails. Very cool.
Cool. It's a fun tool to use. Yeah, I hope it adds some engagement to your streams. I think it's great for that.
Gustavo says giveaway tool in Teams. Great news. Glad to hear it. Hector says feature request, the ability to monitor a guest without having to put him/her on air to check the audio level. Cool. Yeah, definitely understand that one. Hector, don't have any dates or anything for you, but definitely know that it's a need, especially for podcasting folks. So always looking to explore how we can make that easier. Steven says the space that holds the guests seems small. It's hard to scroll so that I can select them during broadcast.
Got it. Yeah. As the studio fills up, it gets hard to scroll. Totally get it. Working on that.
Gustavo says first time I got my comment featured on air. # milestone.
Cool. Very 2 in a row.
Thank you for sharing the email there, Tristan. I appreciate that.
Perfect.
Sandy says, when does the giveaway tool become live? So we're already going to give the beta testers access early next week if you just send that email. Depending on how that goes, relatively soon, probably within the next couple of weeks or so.
Yep.
Team Taylor says, well, we need to make up our own hashtag for the giveaway tool. We'd certainly like it if you use hashtag the yard. That'd be cool, but you don't have to. You'll have the option to choose your own hashtag.
Doesn't actually need to be a hashtag either. It could just be anything.
Yeah, just any word. Yeah. Gavino says, does a tower increase my SY performance, green screens, screen share, etc.? So a lot of stuff that StreamYard does is on StreamYard's end, so your device won't affect it, but some things it certainly does, and what you mentioned is relevant. So green screens actually use your computer's own graphics to do the green screen functionality, so it will help there. Same thing with screen share. So yes, it will improve specifically those two things. Gavino.
Yeah, you actually nailed it. Those are the two most intensive things.
Chris says, will the giveaway tool work with RTMP? Unfortunately, no, Chris, because with RTMP, we won't have the ability to grab comments and names, so not actually possible there.
Yeah, you mean like with other, like in like OBS or something like that?
I assume like sorry, go ahead.
I just say it has to be a StreamYard broadcast, but as long as it's StreamYard broadcast, you should be able to use it.
But not if it's a custom RTMP destination, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. You have to be able to get comments. Yeah.
Maybe I misunderstood the question, but hopefully both of our answers are now answered it, Chris. Nicholas says, StreamYard has totally changed my life, and I've entered into the Vita Challenge 18 days in a row. That's awesome. For anyone that doesn't know what the Vita Challenge is, that's in the StreamYard community. Julie did a video every day in April challenge. So if you'd like to participate in that, feel free to join the StreamYard Facebook group.
Might be a little late, but I guess maybe you can start halfway through.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can start late.
Still counts, yeah. If you didn't hear about it until halfway through, you've got an excuse. Just finish strong.
Paul says, I use logo stickers as a promo tool, and now I'll have an easier way to give them away. Super happy to hear that, Paul. That's awesome.
That's great for that sort of stuff. There's one thing to keep in mind for everyone is you need to have a way to actually get whatever you're giving away to the person. So digital things are all obviously very easy, but physical things, you might have to worry about shipping them and whatnot. We don't handle that part for you.
RLCC says maybe there could be a global folder containing the various tools. I'm guessing maybe there's a question about like how people will actually access it. Yeah, maybe like, I don't know in the future how we'll end up housing things. For this one, like just this first version of it, there'll just be a special link that you essentially go to and can run the tool and screen share it.
Yeah, it's almost like kind of a hidden bonus feature for anyone who's in the know with StreamYard that you have to sort of share with other people for them to find out about it. But yeah, eventually I think we'd like to put it in some place where everyone can find it. It's like an insider's tool at the start.
See a few more questions about the giveaway tool. So if you guys are just joining, again, if you just email contact@streamyard.com, you can get early access and help us test, which we'd really appreciate.
And please put giveaway tool in the subject.
Paul says, I started #Vita on the 3rd, but I've done multiple uploads on some days to cover the missing 2. Well, there you go. Count it.
I'd say that counts.
Third Coast Learning says, any chance to make the audio avatar on/off a separate feature for each user/guest? Do you understand this one, Dan?
Audio. Oh, okay. So the audio avatar setting, I'm guessing, where you turn that off and then somebody turns their camera off, they're fully hidden. Can we maybe have it where, like, if this person turns their camera off, they're still on screen, but when this other person turns it off, they're hidden? It's interesting. Maybe. I'd be curious the use case, actually, because I think maybe one way we could do it is if maybe it was like just for hosts. So hosts are hidden, but for guests, they actually stay on screen. I'd be curious if maybe that's exactly what you're looking for. Maybe, just wondering if there's a way for us to kind of simplify it. So yeah, interested in the use case, but possible.
Yeah, Nancy, that is a good question. Nancy says, how do you get the winner's contact details? If you have any suggestions for making it easier, we'd be all ears. So right now, the way we do it is we essentially just reach out to the person who wins in the chat. But it's a good question because it's not the most seamless thing. I would definitely recommend having like a moderator or someone helping you out. But if you're already doing giveaways, I'm sure you probably have your own system that you're using.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that one's been a request for a long time, that giveaway tool.
Joe Dog says, I've learned a decent graphics card really helps with the use of green screen. Yeah, graphics card is definitely important with green screen. It's kind of surprising in that you don't necessarily have to have a beefy graphics card. Like it just sort of depends on how new the device is, because even the newer Chromebooks have onboard graphics on their CPUs that are actually quite good. So you never know. So just test the device. And if it's a device that's relatively new, you'll probably have a lot of success with it.
Yep. And then green screen and screen share at the same time, because they both use graphics quite a bit, is where it can really start to get heavier. But yeah, like Geige said, there are powerful onboard graphics in a lot of computers.
Cool. Looks like we're just about out of time. Let's see if we have one last comment or question. Javier says, thanks to StreamYard, I support my teachers and students for updates, sessions in my community school. That's awesome. Javier, thanks so much for sharing. All right, this was episode 119 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. We'll see you guys next week at the same time. And remember, if you guys want to try out that giveaway tool, just email contact@streamyard.com and we can get you access.
Cool. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.